Hello, my name is Kenzie Hill, and my interculture speech is about a child who doesn't speak English. Have you ever met a child that couldn't speak a fluent English? If so, you understand the challenge it is to help understand and learn about some other culture than your own. I had the chance to meet a young boy that was 4 years old from Brazil. Although my interview and outline may not be the same as everyone else's, I felt that this would be a great way to help show the others the importance of learning and transitioning at such a young age. This boy moved from Brazil over the summer with his mother and older brother. As you may think, it is easy for these boys to transition and adapt to a totally different lifestyle easily, then that's where the challenge begins. Have you ever been out in public and heard people around you speaking a different language and you had no clue what they were even saying? I have. Well, imagine how these boys felt when they came here for the first time and everyone around them was speaking in English, and to them it was all just jibber-jabber. I would be lost and overwhelmed at the age of 21, but to think that a 4-year-old's imagination was flabbergasted by the changes being made. Okay. Now that you realize what this is going to be about, I want to start off with a little background and history of how his family and little boy live a different lifestyle than we do. This family came over from Brazil at the beginning of summer. The fluent language that was speaking in Brazil was Portuguese. Coming from a place where they aren't fluent in another language and transitioning to what we speak, English, you have to consider the struggles and challenges that these children accommodate on a daily basis. The Portuguese society and culture are related more on a family basis. Their family is a foundation of the social structure and forms the basis of stability. Portuguese are traditional and conservative. They are people who retain a sense of formality when dealing with each other. In Brazil, they see that relationships are way more important than money. The people are very friendly and social and engage in conversations. People often are very touchy and feel like they have to be in your personal space by grabbing your arm, your shoulder, giving handshakes, kisses on your cheek, and entering your personal space just to talk. During my interview and conversation with this Brazil family, I was getting more of my demographics from the mother. Although she was pretty fluent in speaking English, as she has come here to further her education and to make a better lifestyle for her boys. She made it aware that back home in Brazil, women greet each other with kisses on each cheek and men shake hands in greeting. Appearance was also a big thing in Brazil. You always dressed nicely. As I continued to ask about everyday life in Brazil, I was amazed at how well these young boys have transitioned to our lifestyle in such a short period of time. For example, food in Brazil is an expression of culture. Rice, beans, okra, peanuts, and fresh fruit make up the core of the Brazilian diet, with the national dish being feijoada, a meat stew made from the pork and black beans. As the food may seem to be somewhat the same here, one thing I learned that was different was the music. Brazil music was a way of keeping many of the significant historical moments alive, as well as means of passing traditions down through generations. I found that this was very amazing, as we may use pictures to pass down from generation to generation here, or family used music as a main source of making memories. As most people know, that soccer is the main sport in Brazil, as people are very proud of their national team and children learn to play soccer at a very young age. As the demographic questions were over, I was more curious as to how these young boys transitioned so well in their education. As she told me that education is mandatory for children ages 6 to 14 in Brazil, children under the age of 6 may be enrolled as long as they turn 6 in the first semester. Many children live in rural areas where they have to make money for their families instead of spending time at school. She mentioned that coming here gave her more options and a better future for her and her children. She wants to continue her education and theirs as well. As I tried asking her youngest boy questions, he is still learning the English language. I was impressed at the fact that the mother is not only learning herself but teaching her boys English and the new lifestyle. She told me that she tries to speak English to them instead of Portuguese, therefore they are hearing it more and catching on to it quicker. She told me that they now know when she speaks Portuguese, it means she is serious or redirecting the behavior in Portuguese. I thought this was a very great way to incorporate behavior and to help better their understanding in English, as anyone would know that moving from another country is drastic. I was thankful to have the experience to learn about a different culture and to see how young children transition to a whole new lifestyle. I could only imagine the challenge that this family conquers on a daily basis. It takes a very strong person like the mother to support them and to want what is best for not only her, but her younger boys as well. My works cited, I got 2 of them off of a website, and the mother that was and family that was from Brazil, speaks Portuguese. Thank you.